everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Indie Book Review, where today I am reviewing The Lie, When DNA Reveals the Family Secret by Heather Dawn Gray. Let's just get into this, shall we? So the story centers around Johanna, who is a Muslim woman who got a DNA test as an anniversary gift because her mom died and her husband wanted to help her connect with her mother's side, which had been kept fairly secret throughout her entire life. So she takes a DNA test and she gets some surprising results. And mayhem ensues, blah blah blah, Bob's her uncle, so on and so forth. Not spoiling anything, this is a book that really needs that. If the book gets spoiled, it kind of just ruins everything. It really does. So I'm not spoiling this book at all. Basically, the plot is what I just explained there, and it is not something that I've ever seen before. It's probably not something I'm going to see again. It's not the sort of idea that a lot of people would think to write about. But it's such a poignant and relevant topic, especially for today's day and age. I kind of enjoyed the idea in and of itself, and the execution was done fairly well as well. So plot is going to get a 5 out of 5. The characters. This is kind of where some of the book falls apart a little. I really had a very, very hard time connecting with any of the characters in this book. For the most part, I spent the vast majority of the book yelling, just fucking talk to each other. Just talk. Just say something. Stop making it a secret. Stop holding on to this. Actually, talk to this person. Talk, damn it. And it just got frustrating the farther and farther along I got because everything, because when they eventually did talk to that person, it was fine. There wasn't any big blow up. There wasn't any big massive thing. Johanna did have a tendency of overthinking everything that was going to possibly happen. It got frustrating eventually, and she's not the only sinner in terms of just frustrating characters. The cousin is, the father is, the husband actually is not overly. He's way more interesting than any of the others, but he's also at the same time a colossal douchebag, and that's about as far as into spoiler territory I'm going to get with him. But basically, none of the characters are. I just basically wasn't able to connect with any of them, and I think some of that might have been due to the religious aspect behind the characters. Yes, I have a hard time with it. Hard time when it comes to connecting with religion. I'm able to, at the very least go, yeah, okay, they're religious, whatever. I can get past that. They'll pray to their God. They'll pray to whatever, so on and so forth. It's fine. But the religion was kind of a big part of this story. It's a massive plot point in this story. And because it's not something that I can connect with due to not having a personal religion of my own, I am atheist after all. And two, the characters, it's a big part of who the characters are. It's just something that was a bit of a barrier between me and the characters. I'm not saying that, the characters are bad by any means or poorly written. It's just not something that I was able to personally connect to for the religious reasoning. I mean, also the consistent frustration of the characters consistently overthinking things and just never actually talking to one another. That was a major point of frustration as well. So I'm going to give characters a 3 out of 5. It was just hard to get through. The writing is fairly masterful in this. I really had no problem following along with what was going on. I had no problem I never got lost. It was just really well written. Not much more I can say about it. It's a 5 out of 5. Imagination and research. Blech. Wow. So the author worked in a DNA lab and has actually had a similar thing happen to her as well. In terms of, the plot, the DNA, figuring out the family secret. Cool. She's working from her own personal experiences. That's awesome. I can't give that any less than a 5 out of 5 in terms of imagination and research. This comes straight from personal experience. I can't give any less than that. And I'm not gonna lie, that did actually really help in terms of the believability and the realism that went into this book. Yeah, 5 out of 5. And now we get to the ending. And the ending is okay. It's fine. I mean, it ends fairly abruptly, and there's a resolution that happens on the grand total of 2.5 pages. And then you kind of got the denouement wind down sort of thing. And that's just kind of it. I mean, it's fine. I got nothing personal against it. It's just, you're going through all this stuff, all this mayhem, and then all of a sudden, just boom, end. And it's like, I kind of feel a little unsatisfied with this. I saw this ending coming a mile away, and for it to just end that abruptly, just, I can't give it at least a good score. I don't want to give it a bad score either. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. It wasn't a bad ending. It was just really, really abrupt and, very predictable. Probably because it was so abrupt. If I'd have seen there was a bit more to the book after that, then I would have been like, ooh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? But no, with only 5% of the book left, and they're going through what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, like, I know what the fuck's going to happen. Because there's only 5% of the book left. So yeah, 3 out of 5. So straight up, The Lie is a women's lit sort of book. It's not for me. I didn't particularly... I didn't not enjoy it, but I didn't particularly enjoy it either. It was just a book that I read. I will never read it again, and I will probably never think of the book again. It's just kind of how it is. I have no intention or even desire to read the sequel. And it does end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. But I have absolutely zero desire to read it. A person that gets into this and can connect with the characters and is okay with the abrupt ending, they will very likely be interested in reading the sequel. And I am well aware that I am one person, I am one voice. This book was just not for me. It's very well written. The characters frustrated me, but I get it. You gotta pad out the drama. It's just not for me. It does get an 8 out of 10, though, because it is a very good book. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys, so have a good one.